Do you hate your Mondays? Hi, I'm Steven Shomler. This is from the Backyard episode 8. I'm also recording from the Backyard episode 9. Right after this, I had just an incredible, inspiring morning, and that inspired me that morning to make both of these videos. But if you hate your Mondays, there's two things you can do, at least. Number one, you can come to accept the things that make your Monday morning so awful and difficult, and I'll unpack that for you in just a second. Or number two, if need be, you can change your life. And I don't say that lightly. I'll talk more about that in a second. Then at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about my incredible, awesome Monday morning. Okay, what do I mean accept it? Well, I love the Serenity Prayer. Years ago in my early 20s, I read the book The Road Less Traveled by M. Scott Peck. And the first sentence of the book I got, but then the first paragraph, it took me a couple years to figure out what the heck is this guy talking about. I didn't even understand it. But the first sentence is, life is difficult. It's like, yeah, no kidding. No kidding, life is difficult. Hello? Do you even know about the childhood I had there, M. Scott Peck? Yes, life is very difficult. But then he went on to say, once we accept this fact, we can transcend it, and the fact that life is difficult no longer matters. I'm like, what do you mean life is difficult? It's no longer going to matter. Who pickled your brain? Come on. And I spent a lot of time thinking about that. I'm not the sharpest knife in the door. It took me 3 or 4 years to figure out, oh, here's what he meant. At least, here's what it meant to me. And here's this. If you're going to ride a bike, if you're going to ride a bicycle, there's one thing you have to do. You have to pedal occasionally. If you don't, you fall over. If you just quit pedaling and just stop, eventually you just fall over. You have to pedal occasionally. You have to pedal all the time. You know, if you're going down a hill, you can coast for a long, long time unless you start going back uphill, and then you better pedal. You have to pedal occasionally. And I thought, oh, once I accept the fact that to ride a bike, I have to pedal occasionally, then the fact that I have to pedal occasionally doesn't matter so much. And then I can do all kinds of other things while I'm riding the bike instead of being so frustrated that, oh, I have to pedal this bike, I have to pedal this bike. Because it doesn't happen all the time. And so for me, that's what I meant to transcend. Once I accept the fact, oh, this is it. Life is difficult. And you know what? Life is not difficult all the time. Now you'll go through seasons that are brutal. You're going to suffer brutal, awful losses, and I'm sorry for that. But other than those seasons that are really awful times, every day is not awful. Every day has joy and beauty. Every week has joy and beauty. Life is not always difficult. Not always, not all the time. And so you can learn to transcend it. But no, maybe you can't do that. Maybe a few things are just so bad, it's like, I can't transcend this. That's just not going to work for me. Life is just too painful. It's not going to happen. Okay, then change your life. You can change your life. And I know I don't say that easily or lightly. I know how hard it is to do. Summer 2011, I decided that I was going to change my life and go in a whole different direction. And I've put a lot of work in since then, professionally and personally. And I'll tell you, the fruit of that diligent effort is now I have a life that I love. I've built a life that I love. Both professionally and personally. It's far from perfect. There's a lot of things I would change, believe you me. Lots of things I would change. But in spite of all of that, my life is enjoyable and fulfilling. And you know, people don't have that, don't have an enjoyable, fulfilling life. And I'm telling you, if I can build a life that's fulfilling and enjoyable to me, you can build a life that's an enjoyable and fulfilling life for you. Life change can happen. All right, let me tell you about my really cool morning. I woke up and I got a cup of coffee and I did some journaling and a little bit, and I worked on my to-do list for the day, and which I love to do, a daily to-do list, yellow pad, blue pen. It's awesome. And I was working my schedule for the week, and then something happened that had never happened to me before. And that's video 9. You got to watch that to check that out. I was so excited I realized this is actually happening for the first time in my life. Then after that, I went on a fantastic walk, had some beautiful flowers, just this amazing flower beauty, the sky. It was incredible. And then after that, I got to hop in my car and go meet somebody who'd brought me some amazing craft beer from Bunkhouse Brewery in Bozeman, Montana. Nick Velasquez is a fantastic brewer, just a great guy. Check this out. This is a Flanders-style red with coffee, blackberry, and vanilla. I can't wait to drink this one. Now, I got 7 of these things. I'm not taking you all through all 7, but here's another one I'm really excited to try. Waiting on Stolman Espresso Stout. That is going to be a really good beer. I'm excited. I love Bunkhouse Brewing. I love Nick. I'm headed back out to Bozeman in 2019 for Bozeman Craft Beer Week. Have some ideas, some events that I can hopefully partner with him and do for Bozeman Craft Beer Week. Great guy, great brewer. And then I'm like, you know what? I love me some chicken fried steak. You know, I'd eaten a lot of meat this weekend. You know, not a good week for my canaries. That's another video we'll get to sometime soon. Some of you follow my Instagram stories, see me hinting at my canaries. We'll get to that. Some of you have watched Forks Over Knives, know exactly what I'm talking about. But I just wanted a chicken fried steak. You know, it's Monday at 10 o'clock, and I can go have me a chicken fried steak. How awesome is that? So I drove up to TikTok. I love a dive bar restaurant. I used to drive by TikTok all the time, right out near Division, 122nd, right there in Portland. But I heard they had really good chicken fried steak. It's not really a dive bar, in my opinion, but I went up there for chicken fried steak, and I had fantastic chicken fried steak and some eggs, and the hash browns were perfect, and some sourdough toast, and a cup of coffee. And then I had a City of Dreams by Fort George Brewery. Oh my gosh, just a fantastic beer. And it's like, this is why I worked so hard, so that I could do these kind of things on a Monday morning, because I don't dread my Monday mornings. I'm actually excited to get out of bed. Maybe you're thinking, I don't want to go pick up beer and go for a walk and have chicken fried steak on a Monday morning. Are you crazy? Fine. But what would be a perfect Monday morning for you? What would you love to do? What would be the life that you imagined on a Monday morning? Because for me, it was never getting in my car and driving to a cubicle to be trapped there all day. The Monday mornings I had to do that, oh my gosh, I hated those Monday mornings. So hear me out. If you hate your Monday mornings, either do some personal work and learn to accept what you can so you can transcend it. And if that's not going to get the job done, then you need to change your life. Life change can happen. I'm not saying it's easy, but it can happen. I'm Steven Shomler. I believe in the beauty of your dreams. Go live the life you imagine.